Have you ever wondered why, despite all your efforts, things don't turn out the way you expected? Why, despite showing up for her, giving her your time, attention, and energy, she seems to pull away? It's because many of us, especially men, operate under misconceptions when it comes to understanding relationships, especially with women. We often believe that effort equals reward, but in reality, it's far more complex than that. Many of these misconceptions are rooted in misunderstandings about human nature and attraction. As men navigating the challenges of life, it's essential to understand these dynamics early on. This isn't about playing games or manipulating others. It's about understanding the fundamental psychological truths that govern relationships and acting in wisdom. The Stoics, masters of inner discipline and self-awareness, taught us to accept reality no matter how uncomfortable it might be. They advised us to see the world for what it is, not as we wish it to be, and the same wisdom applies here. If we don't understand the deeper truths about attraction and relationships, we set ourselves up for frustration, confusion, and disappointment. In this video, we'll dive into 6 essential truths every man must learn about attraction. These are not tricks or shortcuts. They are principles grounded in psychology and wisdom, which, when understood, can help you live as a high-value man. Not to manipulate others, but to master yourself. 1. Appearance matters more than you think. We like to believe that personality is all that matters, but first impressions are powerful. And in the initial moments of meeting someone, appearance often speaks louder than words. Research shows that we make judgments about others within seconds of meeting them, largely based on how they look, carry themselves, and present themselves. While this may seem superficial, it's not. It's evolutionary. Our ancestors had to make quick judgments about potential partners based on external indicators of health, vitality, and strength. Even today, women are naturally drawn to men who exhibit traits that signal discipline, strength, and vitality. This doesn't mean you need to look like a model, but taking care of your appearance, dressing well, staying fit, and maintaining hygiene reflects self-respect. When you care about how you present yourself, you send a message that you value yourself, and by extension, others will too. But remember, appearance alone won't sustain attraction. It's only the gateway. What keeps a person intrigued is the substance behind the exterior, your character, values, and intellect. 2. Chasing her never works. We've been conditioned to believe that persistence pays off in relationships, that if you just keep chasing her, eventually, she'll come around. But the reality is quite the opposite. Chasing someone, especially when it's one-sided, only pushes them further away. This principle is rooted in a basic psychological truth. Scarcity increases value. When something is always available, it loses its appeal. Both men and women are biologically programmed to value what is rare and hard to attain. When you chase a woman, you unintentionally signal desperation. And desperation is the enemy of attraction. It tells her that you lack other options and that her value far exceeds yours. The Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, emphasized composure and self-worth. Aurelius, even as the emperor of Rome, never sought external validation. He found his value within. Similarly, in relationships, chasing places her on a pedestal while lowering your own worth. A high-value man doesn't chase. He attracts. He embodies confidence and purpose, knowing that his worth is not dependent on external approval. Instead of wasting energy pursuing someone who doesn't reciprocate, he focuses on himself, his goals, his growth, his mission. Ironically, the less you try to prove yourself, the more others will be drawn to you. 3. Being too nice won't win her heart. Here's a harsh truth. Being too nice won't get you anywhere in a romantic relationship. Many men fall into the trap of thinking that if they are endlessly accommodating, agreeable, and kind, they'll win her over. However, women, like everyone else, are drawn to strength, not submission. The problem with nice guy behavior is that it often signals weakness, a lack of boundaries and self-respect. The Stoics taught us the importance of living according to our values, not bending to the will of others in search of approval. A high-value man is kind, yes, but he is not a pushover. He respects himself first, and through that self-respect, earns the respect of others. True kindness is rooted in strength. It's given freely, without expectation. It doesn't come from a place of seeking validation. Women can tell when kindness is genuine versus when it's a tool to win approval. If you're bending over backward in hopes of being liked, you're signaling that your sense of self depends on how she views you, and that is inherently unattractive. 4. Emotional instability pushes her away. Emotions are a natural part of life, but when you let them control you, you become unpredictable, unreliable, and unattractive. Many men today are encouraged to be open and vulnerable, and while emotional openness is important, there's a fine line between vulnerability and emotional instability. Stoicism emphasizes emotional mastery, not suppression, but control. Marcus Aurelius practiced controlling his emotions, ensuring that they never clouded his judgment. Women are biologically wired to seek security, and an emotionally unstable man represents uncertainty and instability. When you react emotionally in volatile or dramatic ways, you signal that you cannot be trusted to handle life's challenges with strength. This doesn't mean you should hide your emotions, it means you must learn to master them. A high-value man feels deeply but does not let those feelings dictate his actions. He is compassionate and caring, but he remains in control. Women are drawn to men who are emotionally stable, who can be their rock in times of need. 5. Weakness kills desire. Weakness is the silent killer of attraction. When a man shows weakness, whether it's emotional fragility, lack of confidence, or a wavering sense of purpose, he undermines the very foundation of desire. Women are drawn to strength, not only in the physical sense, but in character, willpower, and emotional resilience. Stoicism teaches us that true strength comes from within, from mastering ourselves in the face of adversity. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." A high-value man doesn't crumble when life becomes difficult. Instead, he uses those challenges to grow stronger. Strength, however, doesn't mean ignoring your feelings or being cold. It means having emotional mastery, understanding your emotions but not being controlled by them. A man who stands firm in his principles and doesn't waver under pressure is immensely attractive. Women desire men who are dependable, resilient, and unshakable in the face of life's storms. 6. Money and status do matter. Let's not shy away from this reality. Financial stability and social status matter in attraction. It's not about being shallow, it's about security. Throughout human history, women have sought partners who can provide stability and security, both emotionally and materially. And while times have changed, biology remains the same. Money, for example, represents more than material wealth. It symbolizes discipline, competence, and resourcefulness. A man who is financially stable sends the message that he is capable of handling life's challenges. This creates a sense of safety and reliability, which is deeply attractive. However, understand this. Money and status are tools, not the end game. They open doors, but they won't keep someone in your life if there's no depth behind them. The key is to focus not just on acquiring wealth, but on becoming a man of value, someone who uses his resources wisely and lives with purpose. Now that these truths have been revealed, the path forward is clear. These aren't tricks or quick fixes, they are timeless principles that many men only learn too late. But now you have the advantage. You have the wisdom that can transform your life and relationships. This is your opportunity to become the man you were destined to be, a man of purpose, strength, and emotional mastery. It's time to leave behind the weaknesses that hold you back and forge yourself into someone who commands respect, admiration, and genuine desire. The challenge is simple. Will you accept it? Let me know in the comments below. If you've made it this far, it's clear that you're serious about your growth. Comment "I dare" so I know you're ready to embrace this journey. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button now and join us in the pursuit of wisdom and mastery. Thank you for your time, and until next time, warrior.